Getting through cancer treatment is, well, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And your fuel, what you eat, plays this huge part in keeping your strength up. So today, we're going to break down some really practical, clear tips for eating well before, during, and even after your treatment. All of this comes from some great guidance from the National Cancer Institute. So first things first, let's talk about what healthy even means when you're going through this.
So we've got to start with a really big question, right? What does healthy eating actually mean during cancer treatment? Because, and this is super important, the rules you've probably followed your whole life, well, they might need to be put on pause for a bit.
And yeah, this really shows what I'm talking about. On one side, you've got your everyday health goals. High fiber, low fat, all the fruits and veggies, we know the drill. But look at the other side, your goals during treatment. It's a whole different ballgame. The focus totally shifts. It becomes all about getting extra protein, extra calories, anything to keep your strength up and help your body heal. It's really not about restriction anymore. It's about fortification.
All right, so here's the game plan for today. We've kind of covered a new kind of healthy. Next up, we'll get into preparing for your journey, then how to handle common eating problems, building your support team, and finally, eating well after treatment is all done.
Okay, section 2, preparing for your journey. Getting ahead of things before treatment even starts, it's not just about stocking the pantry. It's about giving yourself a sense of control, It can make everything feel a whole lot more manageable. So, where do you start with being proactive? Well, first, talk with your doctor. Ask them what you can expect when it comes to eating. Also, and this one might surprise you, go to the dentist for a checkup. A healthy mouth is so important before you begin treatment. And look, don't just brush off the mental side of things. Learning about your treatment, talking through your fears with a professional, that stuff can make a world of difference. Seriously. All right, let's get practical. How do you prep your kitchen? First, stock up. Fill your pantry and freezer with healthy, super easy to prepare foods. Think about things that don't need a lot of cooking. Oh, and cooking ahead? Total game changer. Freeze meals in single-serving portions for those days when you just don't have the energy. And maybe the most important thing, let people help you. If you make a simple grocery list, it's so much easier for friends and family to pitch in.
Okay, moving on to section 3, navigating common eating problems. So, prepping is one thing, but you also got to know how to handle challenges when they pop up. A lot of people run into eating problems during treatment, but the good news is there are some really practical ways to deal with them.
First up, appetite loss. This is a big one. It's when you don't want to eat. You don't feel hungry at all. And it's one of the most common problems people face. It could be from the cancer, from being tired, from the treatment itself. It's a totally normal thing to go through. So, how do you deal with that? Well, you got to change your strategy. Forget the whole 3 square meals a day thing. Try eating 5 or 6 smaller meals instead. Keep easy snacks around, like right next to you, for those moments when you do feel a little hungry. And hey, when solid food just sounds awful, liquids with calories are your best friend. Think smoothies, protein shakes. Oh, and here's a great tip. Eat your biggest meal whenever you feel the best, even if that's first thing in the morning. Okay, here's another weird one a lot of people deal with. Changes in taste or smell. All of a sudden, a food you've always loved might taste bitter or metallic or just like nothing. Or a smell that used to be amazing is now just not. It can be really disorienting, for sure. But just like with appetite loss, there are ways to manage it. And what's kind of cool is how simple some of the solutions are. If food tastes bland, try marinating it, or just go heavy on the herbs and spices. Dealing with that weird metallic taste? Get this, try using plastic forks and spoons instead of metal ones. And if the smell of cooking is getting to you, flip on the kitchen fan, crack a window, or heck, cook outside if the weather's nice. Okay, I want to pause on this for a second because this number is so important, no matter what other eating issues you're facing. 8 to 12. That's how many cups of liquid you should be trying to drink every single day. Staying hydrated is always a good idea, right? But during treatment, it's absolutely crucial. A simple trick is to just keep a water bottle with you at all times and sip, sip, sip all day long. It makes hitting that goal way easier. All right, our next section, building your support team, is a big one. Because I really want to stress this, you don't have to do this alone. You shouldn't do this alone. So let's talk about who's on your team.
Okay, your first line of defense, your number one resource is your healthcare team. Your doctors, your nurses, they're the experts. You have to tell them about any eating problems you're having. Don't be shy. And here's a pro tip. Ask them for a referral to a registered dietitian. These folks are specialists in nutrition, and they can create a plan that's tailored just for you. Now, this next one is for all the friends, family, and caregivers out there. It's so tough to watch someone you love struggle with eating. But, and this is so important, pushing them to eat usually backfires. It just makes things worse. Instead, the best thing you can do is offer gentle support. Maybe that means just keeping snacks nearby or suggesting a smoothie when their appetite is low. Honestly, just being there and being understanding is so much more helpful than applying pressure.
Okay, we need to talk about food safety. This is a big deal because some treatments can weaken your immune system, which means you're more at risk for getting sick from food. So you have your what-to-dos and your what-to-avoids. The basics are key, right? Wash your hands, wash your knives, scrub your fruits and veggies. But then there are some other things to think about. Like, you're going to want to avoid buffets and salad bars for a while. Be super careful with things like raw fish or even raw nuts. And using a meat thermometer to make sure your food is cooked all the way through? That's not optional. It's a must.
And that brings us to our final section, eating well after treatment. This is about looking ahead, right? To life after treatment is done. The journey with food doesn't just stop. It's all about regaining your strength and finding your way back to a new, healthy normal. I really like this timeline because it shows you the whole arc. So during treatment, it's all about that protein and those calories to maintain your strength. Then right after treatment, hey, some of those eating problems might linger for a bit, but they should slowly start to improve. And then, long term, the goal is to gently and gradually get back to that more traditional, balanced diet we talked about way back at the start. So what does that actually look like on your plate? Well, think variety. Lots of different colored fruits and vegetables. It means choosing whole grains like oats and brown rice over the white stuff. It also means being a little more mindful of things like red meat, maybe limiting it to a few servings a week. And using cooking methods that are a little lighter, like broiling, steaming, or grilling. These are all just small, totally doable steps that really add up for your long-term health. And I'm going to say it one more time. Talk with a dietitian. Their expertise isn't just helpful during treatment. They can be an amazing guide after treatment too. They can help you deal with any side effects that are sticking around and work with you to create a healthy eating plan that you can actually stick with for the long haul. So yeah, don't be afraid to ask for that help.
Look, at the end of the day, your path is your own. It's totally unique to you. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. So I think maybe the most important piece of advice in all of this is just be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. That's everything.
So, I want to leave you with a question. After hearing all this, what's one small thing you can do today to feel just a little more prepared? It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe it's just sticking one meal in the freezer, or jotting down a question to ask your doctor at your next appointment. Or maybe it's just making a promise to yourself to be a little kinder today. Whatever it is, taking that one small step, well, that's a really powerful place to start.